10s across the board. 10s across the board for everybody. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc.com, coming to you with your No Frills, the American Idol commentary from a singer. Alright, let me tell you guys, tonight is the top 11. We did songs from the cinema and everybody was on tonight. They were on their A game tonight. Let me tell you what happened. Alright, so they opened the show with the movie trailer style that was really cool and Malaya was making it rain, right? And I saw Emmanuel Zidor in the audience and we got to see him several times. Plus he said something on camera from the audience or whatever. And Ryan announced this season it will be the top 10 who will do a summer tour. So they thought it was going to be the top 13. No, it's going to be the top 10 who will be on tour. So make sure you check that out. And tonight was an important night because whoever goes home will not get to go on the tour. And before each performance tonight, the idols had to screen test for the role of the person about to perform. Again, I said it's themes from the cinema, and Sam Woolf started with Come Together by the Beatles from Across the Universe, and he didn't have the guitar for this one but was still sitting down to start the performance, and I was like, oh Lord, I hope he's not going to sit the whole time. And he didn't. He was sounding good as always, but he seemed to be trying to work with the camera and the audience this time, so he was trying to give us a little bit of something, a little bit of flavor, and this was easy on the ears but not very interesting. Keith said he loved the way he's loosening up. J-Lo called him a baby rock star and wished she had gotten more personality in the vocal, and she did also say we need a big rock star. And Harry said it was an average performance. Jessica Meuse was up next. She did The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel from The Graduate, and I love how she's getting prettier. Every performance they doing the hair and the makeup, and she is looking flawless. She picked the guitar back up for this and laid into that flutter that's in her voice. The click was off at some point. I guess it was the drum in the performance, but she stayed on course. She led the band, did her thing until they got back on, and I think it's probably because she was actually playing the guitar that she just kept going, and she had her rhythm and she wasn't too worried about them. This was a pretty decent performance from her. No wow happened in it though, not for me. J-Lo said she never really got her groove on. Harry said the band was off and he admired that she kept her focus and it was a nice job. CJ Harris was up next. He did Can't You See by the Marshall Tucker Band from Blow, and he started this rough and ready. I wrote, I was really pulled right into what he was doing. I liked that he had a nice intensity on this but still kept it pretty light and upbeat. This is his best in a few weeks. I mean, really, for me, just he has done better on this than I think since the live shows. Keith stood for him. Harry said he just picked and sang his way back to the forefront of the competition. Keith said he completely nailed it. J-Lo said she was celebrating him all the way. And if you're celebrating with me tonight, make sure that you thumb this up and let me know. Okay, I got it in there, right? I got it in there, right? Let me know that you are enjoying the commentary, and also let other people know so that they know that we're over here discussing and they can come and join us. Thank you so much for your thumbs. I appreciate it. Dexter Roberts was up next. He did Sweet Home Alabama by Lynyrd Skynyrd from Forrest, Gump. And we do this song all the time with the bands on gigs and stuff like that. So I was listening for a few things and watching for a few things, and the vocal was really pretty decent and the crowd was vibing with him. I just wasn't getting any excitement or point of view from his performance. He was just sitting there kind of strumming and doing the song. You know, just nothing special, nothing interesting, nothing about him. It's like, I think Harry said last week about Turn the Beat Around. He was saying the song, people are going to be jamming to it anywhere. You can't let the performance drive you. You've got to drive it, and he really wasn't driving it. I wrote very middle of the road performance, and he didn't drive this performance. There you go. Keith said he's got to keep finding places to make it individual. J-Lo said he's starting to believe he could win. Harry said it was a good performance, but he needs to be bigger than the song. Briley was up next. He did Bennie and the Jets by Elton John from 27 Dresses, and he jumped on the piano for this and channeled his inner Elton John. I really felt the joy in this performance. It just jumped off at me. He was really into it and came off the piano to share it with the audience, just was bringing everybody in. His falsetto started out good. The first one kind of meandered off somewhere, but overall I thought this was a really nice, entertaining, fun, enjoyable performance. J-Lo said it was a good vocal performance but maybe didn't suit who he is. Harry said he needed to pound the piano and it felt like it didn't have a purpose. Keith said he was missing his authenticity. Do you agree with the judges, or did you really enjoy the performance? And we did the real-time thing with him saying, you know, where the people were in the voting so far, and CJ was in first place for the males. They broke it up males and females, and he was in first place for the males and the females so far. Majesty Rose is up next. She did Let It Go by Adele Dazeem. Adele Dazeem? I mean, Idina Menzel from Frozen. Did I do that? I couldn't help myself. She brought such a nice sweetness to this song and seemed to really connect it to the lyric and story. I could see her playing Dorothy in The Wiz after watching this performance, because she just had all the feelings and the emotions. You could see her going through everything, and the voice, oh my God. And you know, it's a big song and it's very bright in Idina Menzel's voice, but in hers it was kind of muted and it had a nice sweetness to it. I really enjoyed it. Harry said she's a mystery and said tonight was a strong performance. Keith said it's a big song to sing and said it could have been written for her. J-Lo said she can do anything, and for some reason it got me all choked up, because she was saying how you can do this, you can do that, you know, you can go to movies, you can do musicals, and I was just, because I believe so too. I really am a huge fan of Majesty Rose, just as a person, and then especially her voice and just the way she comes across, so individual and so special. I really, really love this girl. Tomorrow night, I want to say, because they mentioned it, tomorrow night the show will not be at 8 p.m. but will be at 9 p.m. from 9 till 10. So don't forget, it starts an hour late. Caleb Johnson did Skyfall by Adele from the movie Skyfall, you know, James Bond. And this was such a departure for him, and I was totally riveted and focused on every nuance of his performance. His vocal was very much along his rock edge, and he had a great intensity. You know, he sang the song, but he just held everything in and just let us just feel it. But then at one point, like, he broke away and he did the real rock thing, you know, and he brought it back a little bit, and then he bring a big rock ending. I seriously got goosebumps on this, and Keith stood for him. Keith said he has a great vocal gift and a great restrained performance. J-Lo was stumbling on her words, but loved it. Harry said the competition started tonight, and that was fantastic. MK Nobilette was up next. She did To Make You Feel My Love by Garth Brooks, Bob Dylan, Adele, and so many other people. From Hope Floats, she hit a bum note on the opening of the song, but then pulled the performance together and did the best performance since her John Legend one. This was really well connected vocally and emotionally, and she even added a few of her own little melismas, you know, show that she was loosening it up a little bit. Very sweet and all up in the judges' faces. At one point, she got up right in front of the table and was just singing to them and to the audience. I really liked that. J-Lo said she put us all in a romantic mood. Harry said she has star quality and he liked the performance. Keith said there were little glimpses of who she can be as an artist. And Gordon Ramsay from Celebrity Chef was in the audience, and Ryan put him on camera. Then Alex Preston performed Falling Slowly by the Frames from Once. And I love Alex for so many reasons. Always pure, always engaging, and forever original. He really dug deep for this song, and the audience and the judges seemed to totally be mesmerized by his performance. His last notes, Falling Slowly, was such perfection. Harry complimented him on a simple and elegant performance. Keith said it was very raw and fragile, and he said he's always in the moment. J-Lo said it was perfect and beautiful. Gina Irene did Decode by Paramore from Twilight, and she started on the piano for this with the full smoky stage treatment, you know. She was so involved in the music and did some great intense notes and brought many levels from the light and sweet to the powerful and intense. This was a very focused performance from her. Keith and J-Lo stood for her. Keith said there's a ferocity when she performs that's exhilarating. J-Lo said she has one of the best voices with great dynamics and called it the best of the night. Harry said it was different, just as good as the original, and called it very, very strong. Oh, he giving up some good compliments there for Harry especially. That's like a 10 stars, 10s across the board, 10s across the board for everybody. Malia Watson did I Am Changing by Jennifer Hudson, and I got to give the original Jennifer Holiday the shout out. It was from Dreamgirls. All that voice coming out this little young girl is really impressive. She rushed it a little bit in the opening, and then later on when she was supposed to be, you know, kind of just sliding into it, you know, feeling the emotion, but she just has so much potential. I loved her last note too when she did that. It was just on point, focused, beautiful, and supported well. Keith and J-Lo stood for her. J-Lo said it was killer and she has an amazing voice. Harry said she just showed everybody there's a big belter in the competition and told her nice job. Keith said what she's got is magnificent. And then we checked in with the real-time votes again, and Caleb was in the lead for both the male and the female voters. Harry Connick Jr. is performing for the results show tomorrow night. Again, it is at 9 p.m. so I'll see you there an hour later. And I thought it was such a good show tonight. What did you guys think of this show tonight? Are you feeling better about the contestants now that they came with their A game? I'm pretty sure they came with their A game tonight, and I really enjoyed it. This is Robert Anton, and I am out. Peace.